Yeah. Okay, so the pec in seated has a major problem. If I'm behind the patient, my ability to access it in a meaningful way and get cross fiber or perpendicular to fiber direction. Okay, a little weird. So the answer is no. You will see stuff like this in old osteopathic textbooks. Weird. Okay, so one problem is that their neck is not protected. My arm's way too close, right? So when you reach across in front of somebody, cross your arms. This is why you do this, so you're not going to choke them. Definitely not doing this for the pec. So in seated, it actually is more appropriate to be in front of the patient if you have to do it. It ends up being exceptionally similar to if you were in supine, because now I can get here, work across that fiber. The problem is this. Now, if I do a small switch, so I saw something in the room and we did a small switch, so you won't be able to see this immediately. So you see how my hand is under here? Okay? If I just do this, if I bring my hand up and I come in to the shoulder region, now I actually have more control. Okay? So now, because the arm is more still and I have more contact with that arm, there's a little bit more control, and then I can just literally walk. So if I had to do this in seated, this is actually the updated way. So I would, if I was doing it before, I would be more like this. Now, because of some stuff that happened, bring this up so it's the arm is pinned, kind of my humerus and my forearm, and then I'm close to the shoulder. Now I've got them well controlled, despite not having a bunch of contact with the torso. On your back, please, my friend. Thank you. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, so I'm across table for most of you, so you won't be able to see this, but that's why we do the videos. Same thing, right? So you see how this is now the exact same hold? Here, perpendicular to fiber direction, right? So hold the muscle still. This is the assessment. Hold the muscle still, right? So here is fine, but up here, is this the spot that Dave said it was built for punishment?
No, it's
the other arm?
This one too, though.
The shoulders are built for punishment. So working here, still muscle, moving bone. Okay, so we've got that. Now another option here is I can change the hold. So this shortens the pec, right? I don't want to do it like this because this becomes hard on me. Contact is control, right? So when I take the limb off the table, it loses control, or there is less control. It doesn't lose control. It's not like Eminem or other songs, just lose yourself or whatever. No, it's not like that. It's that it's free. The free space for movement has safety issues. So now I can work in here, do whatever I need to do, and then I can also manipulate the humerus a little bit better to get closer to the things that I want. Okay? Now this process becomes exactly the same if we're in lateral. The details change, but the process is the same. So if I want a little bit more movement, I need the humerus to clear. So face that way. Face the room, please. The room. Everywhere's the room. That's a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry. There we go. So, no, the anatomy needs to be exposed. I need to be able to get to the pec. Can I get to the pec now? Not really. Okay, I need space. So I have no choice but to at least do this. Now if I'm here, right, because his arm is on my arm that's holding the pec, right, I've got lots of control. Now it's pinned. Okay, so I can and my abdomen is going to control the torso. So I can really figure out what the heck I need to figure out. So because the angles are a little bit different, so when you're in supine, it is here, but it's more when we push, right? Now that we're in lateral, it's actually a little bit more when we pull. So it's the exact same tissue. It's just I have a different angle of access to it. So here. So I've got this. Now this isn't going to do a damn thing. You can see it's not going to do a damn thing. But if I bring it up here, so immediately you can actually see that's getting tight. And the way you can see it getting tight is just generally, if you look at his hand, we're running into barriers. But if I bring it down here and I put it into, that's internal rotation, now I can get to it. And I can work in a different way. So my handhold changes a little bit, but it's the same set of options. If I clear more space, I can use humeral rotation, right? I'm having a relatively still scapula and still torso, still muscle, but the humerus is moving. I'm definitely not going to move his torso to work on his pec, right? That just gets really weird because then it's like, like what are we doing, right? Technically it's an idea that would work, but it's not going to work. Sit on that, my friend. There you go. So makes some sense how you see it's the same concept. If I clear a little bit more space, I get the arm further away from the torso, bring it up, but also in so that the pec shortens, relatively speaking. And then I can use the humeral rotation and then do this stuff to keep it soft, but also move it through the ranges. Or I can just kind of bring the arm out a little bit to clear enough space I can get my hand in there. So it's the same in all three of those positions. We definitely don't work on the pecs in prone. Okay. Yes?
When you have the still muscle,